It's TGV.
Yeah, it's TGV. You heard right. Oh my goodness me. That's one piece that he calls YKK became a vegetarian. Wow, man. Yeah. You already know when you get that instrument in the background, you know that there's some catch up that is coming. Okay? Yeah, I know you know so very well. All right. And so talking about a catch up with TGV. Hey man, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you live on Zambezi FM radio.
Yes.
All right.
To be a part of the program, join the program.
Most definitely, man. It is The Drive and you are live on radio. And so we're talking YKK became a vegetarian. This piece, what happened? What were you thinking?
I don't know, man. I've always wanted to write a piece in relation to the country and the people of this country. So I guess last year just kind of felt like the right year. I was kind of in the space where I felt I could talk about it because, yeah, I guess I gathered my thoughts together and felt like I should say something about it.
Interesting. Now, before we get so deep into YKK become a vegetarian, because I really have a question for you, that which I want to ask you, and I just want to know what inspired this whole thing is all about. You understand? Nice. Yeah. All right. So I just want to know the initials TGV. What do they man? Chief of what? Tembo Gabriel? Veteran?
No. TGV stands for the glory vessel. So I was growing up, like I was raised being taught that your name is a continuous confession on your life. So when I got to a point where I got into spoken word and I started performing on stages, I thought, what better stage name than a name that interprets my name? So my name is Vukata Msonda, which means glory. So I just decided to go with the glory vessel because we're all just vessels living on this earth.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, now the piece itself, YKK became a vegetarian. What made you think in those lines, man?
Okay, cool. So
because there's a line in the piece where you say, is it because you saw some women and all that?
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So this is kind of how I found myself in a space where I was ready to write this piece. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard of color culture. Yeah. So color culture has shows where you go, you perform and whatnot. So they had a show where we had to kind of research our history. So they gave us information, and I was one of the poets on the lineup. So as I was doing the research, I came across information about KK. And so I started to read about KK, and I read continuously about KK. So originally, it was just supposed to be a line in the piece. The name of the piece wasn't even supposed to be YKK became a vegetarian. The name of the piece was supposed to be, what was that? Something about freedom, anyway. So that was just like information I came across that kind of struck me when I was reading the story of KK. It's a story of how his first stand against inequality was in front of his pupils. He had a situation where his equals were being treated unequally, like black people were being mistreated by whites, and then he decided to stand up and fight it. And then whilst he was trying to speak up, they told him, okay, you will give you special treatment, but not your friends, because of the caliber of a man he was, the kind of man he was. But he denied. He was like, no, if you're going to treat me special, you need to treat everybody else special because we're equal. So yeah, stories like that just got to me and made me think of the kind of man KK was, and how that should inspire a lot of us. But not many of us have heard stories like that about KK. We just know him as the old man that comes on news with a white hanky, the freedom fighter. We don't know that the actual work he did, how he got his nails dirty for the country. I also read that he toured, I think it's the northern part of the country, with nothing but a bicycle and a guitar, just so he could sensitize people, just so he could let people know what it was, because people were not aware of the current situation of the country or what they could do to change it. So it's decisions like that, selfless decisions like that, that inspired me to write the piece. Now about the title, real quick about the title.
Yeah. As we get to wrap it up, and in your words, you also put your concluding remarks too.
Okay, cool. So, for the title, I was in the studio having it recorded, so I had it recorded with J.O.B. So as I was recording the piece, he asked me the title. I told him that there's something, like, so, I don't know, this is Freedom, something, long title. So he goes, why not just name it YKK Became a Vegetarian? Because that was the inspiration of the piece. That's where the piece came from. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how I got the title. So all I know, I have grown up in a house that has liberal minds. We have always been taught to question and seek God for guidance. And I guess these are the results of being raised in such a house. My father is a serious political man, so I'm always aware with things happening in the country and whatnot. So hopefully in the future I can produce more poems like this and then get to just speak on bigger platforms and share what I have to say.
Lovely, man. I thought you were going to say, in the future, I'm probably going to be that big politician. Following Bali's steps,
Yeah, no.
All right, man. I have to let go of you. So how do people get hold of you and your pieces? Because you seem to be a great poet.
Yeah, thank you. My work is on ReTunes. Just go to ReTunes, www.itsretunes.com, best website in the country. You go there, you find my stuff. Just search for The Glory Vessel, you find my stuff. You can search for me, The Glory Vessel, on Facebook, The Glory Vessel hashtag TGV on Facebook. And on Instagram, it's Bukatamzon.
Lovely, man. Guess what?
Yeah, what's up?
You're the first poet I've ever had on radio, live, like this.
Oh, that's what's up.
All right, my guy. Have a great day and wish you greatness as we get to wrap up January.
Thanks, man. Same to you.
Sure. And so that was TGV. And, man, you heard what he had to say on his piece, YKK Became a Vegetarian. You know, when I just received this piece, I started having thoughts, and I was really wondering, say, wow, why would he have such thoughts? Anyways, like that, just as how he did it. How about some Doja Cat and Like That with Gucci Man? I hope your afternoon is going on so very well, right? Yeah. Anyways, let's keep it like that.